So the idea of simplifying square roots really applies to simplifying any kind of radical. We're just looking for groups of the same factors. And how many you need in a group just depends on what type of radical. So for example, if you have a cube root, then you need 3 in a group. If you have a fourth root, then you need 4 in a group in order to go on the outside. And then everything else will stay inside the radical. So for example, if you have the cube root of negative 162x to the fifth, let's first focus on just the number, the 162. And we'll break this up. So again, it's an even number, so 2 goes in. 2 goes into 16 8 times, and then 2 goes into 1 time. And 81 is just 9 times 9. And because we need 3 in a group, I'm actually going to continue breaking this up because I don't have any groups of the same, like 3 of the same factor. So I'm going to break up 9 into 3 and 3, and this 9 also up into 3 and 3. And again, because it's a cube root, I need 3 in a group. So this becomes one group of 3s, and we have a 2 and a 3 left over. So we can simplify this as 3 goes on the outside of the cube root, and we have a cube root left, and we'll see what we have left over. So we have a 2 and a 3 left over, so that'll be 6 on the inside. And then let's focus on the negative here, okay? If you think about the 3s, you can actually think about, well, 3 times 3 times 3 works, but it could also be a negative 3 times a negative 3 times a negative 3, and that'll give us the negative 162, because a negative times a negative gives us positive, times another negative gives us a negative. So it's actually going to be a negative 3 on the outside. And on the inside, we're still going to leave it as a positive 6 because the negative is already taken care of. Same idea for the x to the fifth. You can think about this as x times x times x times x, and then again, we need a group of 3 in order to go on the outside. So we have one group of x's that go on the outside, and then 2 that stay on the inside. Another way to just think about this is just to divide the exponent by 3. Okay, how many times it goes in evenly would be how many times that you have it on the outside. So 3 goes into 5 one time, so you have one x on the outside. And then the remainder of 2, that's how many you have on the inside of the radical. So what about if you have, for example, the fourth root of 128x to the eighth? Again, let's factor 128. So because it's an even number, I know 2 goes in. 2 goes into 12 6 times, 2 goes into 8 4 times. 64 is just 8 times 8. 8 times 8 is 4 times 2, and then 2 times 2, same thing with the 8s, 2 and 4, 2 and 2. And because it's a fourth root, we need 4 in a group. So here's a group of 4 2s, and then we have 3 2s left over, but that's not enough for a group of 4. So we have one group of 2s on the outside, and then inside the radical, we still have 3 2s, so that'd be 2 times 2 times 2, which gives us 8. Okay, what about x to the eighth? Again, focus on the exponent and just divide it by whatever kind of root it is. So 8 divided by 4 goes in 2 times evenly, and there's nothing left over. So there are no x's left inside the radical. So our final answer would just be 2x squared times the fourth root of 8.